This is the worst real estate market I have seen in my entire career as a real estate agent, which spans just over 10 years. In today's video, I'm going to tell you why this market in particular is the worst market that I've seen. Before I dive in, if you want to hit that like and subscribe button to be kept up to date with the Langley, Fraser Valley, and Canadian real estate market, as well as some insider tips on the neighborhoods within them. If you want to book a call with me, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below. I'm going to shine some light on why exactly this market is the worst market I've seen as a real estate agent. Looking at year to date for working calendar days, we are at 19 of 22 working days. January 2025, we have 3,022 listings actively on the market for sale. Comparing that to January 2024, at the exact same date, we had 1,900 listings. Now, when we look at the sales year to date, sales in 2025, we've seen 692. Comparing that to January, where there was 740. The spread between active listings and number of sales this year is far spread, creating a marketplace that's favoring the buyers. Sales were more this time last year with fewer listings compared to this year. There's much more choice for buyers, fewer sales, creating a market that buyers have been dreaming about for the past few years. Specifically during 2020 and 2022, when being a buyer quite frankly sucked. You didn't have time to put in any subjects. You couldn't do any due diligence. You ended up overpaying, not getting a home inspection, and a lot of buyers were left feeling buyer's remorse. It was a weird feeling though, because on the other hand, you were also pretty happy that you were able to secure a property after probably trying several times, getting beat out by other buyers. So why I think this is the worst market that I've ever seen makes for a far better clickbait title as opposed to why this market has the most opportunity for buyers that I've ever seen. And I'm going to go into more detail about why that is, not only looking at listings versus sales, but also bringing in economic factors that we're seeing to help you guys understand how to navigate this type of market, because it's one that we haven't seen in a long time. Now, I'm not saying drop everything, go out and buy a property, but what I am saying is definitely if you're a buyer who's been considering buying a property, to definitely tune in to the trends that we're seeing in the Fraser Valley and Langley area. I was doing an evaluation for one of my clients that has a condo for sale in the Willoughby Heights area. It shows perfect, it's vacant. The list price is really close to the last few sales in that building, and we're getting a lot of showings. I'm getting 3 to 4 showings a week, and the open houses on the weekends are busy, but the general feedback is, yeah, we like the place, but we're kind of going to keep looking. So I told my seller that I would do an evaluation on his property to give a better insight on what's going on. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I showed him. Looking here, we've got active listings. I'm going to type in Willoughby because that's the sub neighborhood that my client has his home for sale in. And when I type in that data for Willoughby available condos on the market, we come up with 218 active listings. That is a lot of choice. When I go and put in the solds for the last month, because I want to know what the absorption rate is. How many of those condos that are actively on the market are actually selling? So I go back 30 days, and of those for sale, only 22 sold. That is very low. Do you guys see the amount of opportunity that buyers have right now? And this is just for the Willoughby condo market. 218 active condo listings for sale on the market divided by 22 condo sales that occurred in the last 30 days produces 9.9 months of inventory. Let me remind you that anything over 6 months is considered a buyer's market. So at just under 10 months, that means that if no new condos hit the market, it would take us almost 10 months to completely sell out of Willoughby condos. That's a very strong buyer's market. It's one we haven't seen in a long time. Generally, condos in the Langley area sit between 4 to maybe 6 months of inventory. There's massive opportunities to get a good deal on a Langley condo in today's market. Not to mention that today was the Bank of Canada's meeting. They meet 8 times throughout the year to discuss what they're going to do with the overnight lending rate. Are they going to increase it, hold it, or are we going to see a rate cut? And today they announced another 25 basis point rate cut. That's the 6th consecutive rate cut we've seen since June 2024. And now the total rate cut that the Bank of Canada has implemented since June amounts to 2 full percentage points. You would think that that amount of rate cuts would have a stronger impact on the sale prices and sales volume that we're seeing throughout the area, when in actuality, that never happened. And I really don't think this most recent rate cut of 25 basis points, which I did predict in my 2025 predictions video, if you want to check that one out, is going to really do much. And just to remind you, for every $100,000 you borrow, when we have a 25 basis point cut, assuming that you're a variable rate holder, it only amounts to just over $15 of savings per month. And again, that's for every $100,000. And I'm sorry, but I just don't think that that's going to be the difference between someone getting into a property or not. And like any annoying realtor today, I posted that the Bank of Canada made that 25 basis point rate cut. I get people messaging me saying, yes, more savings. And while that is 100% true, assuming you're a variable rate holder or in the pre-approval process, yeah, you're going to save a little bit of money. But let me remind you that we will hit that point where rates become low enough that all the buyers who have been waiting for those rate drops to continue are going to come into the market, and we will start to see those sale prices finally start to increase. Because I've seen that scenario happen several times throughout my career alone, and it's not fun to be a buyer in a market where you don't have time to do your due diligence. You end up overpaying, and every time a sale happens, you have paid more than the last sale. Whereas in this market, sure, you might pay a little bit more today than you potentially will a few months down the road, but you had time to shop around, do your homework, and if you're going to be hanging on to that property for 3 to 5 years, you'll earn equity and put yourself in a better position than you would have if you just sat back, did nothing, and continued to rent and potentially live in your parents' property, which we love our parents, but it could be time to go, and this could be your ticket to make that happen. If we shift focus and look at what type of product is under construction, condos and the rental market are in great demand. And the reason being is because they're more affordable and they supply more housing units per square area, which are 2 things we desperately need, especially in the Fraser Valley and Greater Vancouver area, where the population and cost of living is increasing dramatically. Comparing that to single family home construction, it was on an increase since the 1990s, and it's been plateauing really ever since, with a few dips in between. And looking at the most recent data, we can see that trend continue. Overall, it's just a fact that builders aren't building as many single family homes because there's not as strong of a demand for it. The affordability for a single family home is very challenging. And so if you are someone who's looking for a condo, not only in the resale sector, but also in the pre-sale section, there's a lot of product for you to choose from right now on the market. This was a video I've been really wanting to make. This is a great opportunity to get in as a buyer. There's a lot of people that bought in the peak of the market when money was virtually free to borrow. They're coming up to the end of their fixed term mortgages. They're going to have to renew at a much higher interest rate than the one they were previously locked into. And I think that's going to attribute to more listings coming onto the market for people that might be seeking some financial relief. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did get any value from it, I would greatly appreciate if you hit the like and subscribe button to help me get my information out to more people like you. If you want to book a call with me, please don't hesitate to click the link in the description below. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.